Mark and Tara here, and welcome to the 10 Acre Woods. So a lot going on this video. We had sheep shearing this past week. How'd that go, Tara?
It was good. It was a long day, but it was good.
Yeah, found one tick on Tinker?
One wood tick on Willow.
Willow. Okay.
Which is pretty good considering they're really bad this year. It's always nice to see body conditions. So Onyx and Tink, which we knew through the winter, but they'll go back onto their extra feed. Just a little thin in the back end.
Good. So we'll get to that. You'll see the change in what the animals look like from last week.
Right?
Which is quite the change.
Yes.
So Marlene's here.
Hi.
Yeah, so she's arrived and we'll get feeding.
I still can't get over Nestor.
I know.
He
Yeah.
just looks so
Nestor
happy.
looks so cute.
Is it breakfast time, Levi?
Shorty's been out every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
excited.
Excellent. That's good.
Okay, so Tara, who are these two?
This is Bee and Stitch,
So Stitch is the boy.
but
And
he
Bee
was
is
supposed to
the
be fixed,
female.
and I see a package.
Uh-oh. So they came in last week. Last week? Was it Sunday?
Last week.
Yeah.
Oh, settle down.
So we've got them in here. This is actually the size that Tucker is supposed to be. So this is the size that Tucker should be. So Stitch is a Dorper sheep.
Oh, Shorty's out there.
And Tara is just putting out... Oh, yeah. Shorty is out. So here's JD. And this is something that's been exciting, is Shorty doesn't get out much. He's got some muscle issues. He's getting older, but he's making his way out. So we've been seeing him out quite a bit. He's like, I don't want to come in.
Come on, Shorty.
So over the last week, he's been up and about. And his arthritis is not bothering him. Tara's gonna go get him.
Come on.
Yeah. Is he gonna go?
Come on. Come on, Shorty. Come on.
He's like, but I don't want to go in. There's so much nice grass out here. I guess we'll have to change it up this morning.
Leave that open. Shorty. Come on, Shorty. Yay.
Some spring in his step.
Hi, Levi. Come on, JD. JD. Come on. No, wait. Yeah, I got it. It's right here. No, you're not putting those in the bucket.
So the newbies here
Take Shorty this.
are actually going to another farm on Sunday, right, Tara?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tomorrow, Tara's going to load these ones up, and they're going over to friends of ours, as they need some lawn care done, and these guys are going to do a good job at that. They are starting to get some animals, so they're excited to get them over there. Hi, look. All right, eat there. We'll have to guard you from the others. I think they're pretty content over here eating their hay. Yeah. Well, where did this come from? We cut it down from somewhere?
No, it's treetop. That way.
Oh, is this the treetop? Oh, the wind, right. Okay. Well, we do have a new chainsaw that was sent to us.
I'll grab it.
So maybe we'll have
I
to,
left it in the house.
yeah, we'll have to come back out and cut it up. Company sent us a chainsaw to test out. So this is a perfect tree top to do it. Let's go. Come on. We got some cyclists going by. So this is kind of a secondary road, this highway here. And it's not as busy as the primary highway. So we get a lot of cyclists cycling through, going across country or across province. So we had some go by this morning. And usually there's a pace vehicle or a couple safety vehicles, just to let people know that the bikes are riding along the highway. All done, JD? You gonna go out? With all the troublemakers? These two are just inseparable. Levi and his daughter, Meadow. So the two new sheep that we got in, Stitch and B, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stitch and B. So they came in just because life changes, things changed, and the sheep kind of weren't part of that. So we get animals in for a number of different reasons. It could be somebody passes away, or somebody can't, maybe a couple can't look after the animals anymore due to health, or maybe there's a divorce. Or we sometimes get animals that are seized from the province and they're brought here. So they're vetted, checked over, and then they're brought in here. So our little goat family, Nana and the three little ones, that was the case with them. So these guys came in. I think we got a couple chickens in and a rabbit as well. So things happen when I'm at work during the week and people come and go. Lots of different things happen here when I'm not at home, but I show up and it's like, oh, okay, who are these guys? So I knew these sheep were coming in. So they are going to be going to a local farm just out here, or a small hobby farm, I guess you want to say. A lot of people moving from the city out to the country, want to be out with nature and enjoy this kind of thing. And they want some animals to help with some lawn care and maybe just to help with their mental well-being as well, because animals are great for that.
Naked sheep.
I moved it twice.
Oh, you found an egg at the door?
Yes.
Okay, when we wanted them to come in the barn,
I know.
they wouldn't. They were way
I know.
out there.
Timing, right?
Today, everybody wants in the barn.
Timing.
Food talk.
Oh my God.
Okay, have you?
All right, first look at the sheep after shearing. Here's Turbo. Yeah, it's not bumper sheep anymore. All right, so yes, we have Turbo here. Then we have Willow, JJ, and that looks like George. Got to recognize them without their coats on. This here is Tinker. Now, Bronwyn. So Bronwyn's a haired sheep, so she doesn't get sheared because she sheds off her hair. You can kind of see where on the back end here, it's a little bit lighter than on the sides. So she's going to not let me grab any. So that just kind of pulls off. All right, I'm sorry. Go about your business. Yeah.
Grapes galore.
Of course, the sheep are right there to. So this grass here is actually wheat that has grown. Tara's put a bunch out here, and it's actually seeded really well. Rather than just having it all kind of mucky, they have the grains themselves, and then they also have the grass as well.
I just about threw the bucket.
Uh-oh. Okay, here they are. This is the biggest change. Nestor. Nestor looks like a little cow with his spots. And then we have Tucker. So this is what I was getting at before, where the other new one we got in is quite a bit larger, but they're the same breed. So Tucker, I believe, was kind of the runt when he came in, and he just hasn't quite grown too much. Oh, look at that! You got the kids with you. The surrogate dad. And then Onyx. So when shearing, like Onyx, you can see here, and we have given her food, extra food, to kind of fatten her up a little bit. So it really shows. You know, you can see she's a little bony, so she needs a little bit extra. And it looks like that's what she's asking for. She's like, do I get extra treats? Right? Yeah, did you hear that? Treats? Yeah. And then we have Shimmer. So Shimmer can now see. Well, if there's not hay in her face. Hey, how do you feel? Lighting's not the best in here, but that's where the hay is. Okay, so Tara's got Onyx some extras. Come on, boys. Boys.
They lose interest.
Boys. Yeah. They lose interest quick. Do you lose interest? Do you? Okay, go eat your hay. Yeah, go eat your hay, Nestor. Yeah, he's a cute little boy now. Now that he's got his trim.
Stitch up there.
What about?
It totally looks like he's got a package.
Oh, right. Yeah, we'll have to check that. Speaking of packages, the two boys, Nana's two boys,
Oh, Yes, they need
we have to
band.
band.
Want me to
So
grab it right now?
it's, yeah, well, you can grab the banding. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll, they're so small that it's like, oh, really? Are they that old yet? And you're checking with the calendar. Yeah, I think they're 9 or 10 weeks old. So right in the time where we need to do the banding.
How they know.
Yeah. Hi, Moo. What is this? Hi, what is that? Oh, there we go. We'll do Moo first. Okay. And this is just a crimp ring and a tool, so it just expands the ring. Done. One down. Okay, so now it's Panda. Panda's over here. Nope, that's Penguin. Yeah, we're gonna have a hard time trying to fix Penguin. It's just, I think we've done that before, haven't we? It's like, wait a minute, no, there's nothing here.
That was our very first sugar and spice that ended up going to Kismet. We were like, they're
Oh.
2 girls. And then we went to fix,
And one, yes.
or we went to fix the other ones.
Spice.
Yeah, and Spice was a boy.
Yeah. All right. All done.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it was.
That's it.
Well, the snap. It
Yeah.
was like, what's that?
All right.
All right. How is it, boys? We don't usually have any issues with them. We had. There was one year. Yeah. See, just get back to playing. There was one year that one of them it felt a little uncomfortable. You get that maybe from time to time, where they kind of go, what's going on? Something feels a little different. But it doesn't hurt. As you can see, it might be a little shocking, of course, when the band goes on, but they're just back up to their old playing. So it will shrink up and just basically fall off. So you want to get them at the right age because you want to make sure that both have dropped and that they're not too big. Because if you only get one, you want to make sure that you get both of them. Hi, Penguin. I got your names wrong last weekend. I had to put a little name up. Hi, how are you? Panda, Penguin, and Moo. Right? You guys are fine with it, right? You don't even know what's going on. Yeah, that'll fall off. Oh, stop it. See? Yeah, we're going to... Well, even when they're fixed, they still do that. They're playing, right? That's how you guys play. You guys are weird, aren't you? Right, Moo? Yeah. So, as I was saying, you want to do it at the right time where they both dropped, but making sure that they're not too big that you have a hard time getting the band around. Boys, look at this. All 3 of them.
2 of them, boys.
Well, yeah, but all 3 of them, they're making like a chain gang. I don't know, is that what it's called? A chain gang?
gang?
What's the game where you go around and you da 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 da
Chicken-
da
wait.
da 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 no, not the chicken dance. Anyway, that's what they were doing. You guys probably know what it is.
It's the chicken dance.
No, that's da 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 da.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Da-da-da-da-da.
no, but you don't
Okay.
grab a hold. It's
All
the
right.
choo-choo train one.
Yeah.
You know where you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So
so-
we've got some roosters. These are roosters, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So they were raised, they're young, 6 months
Okay.
old.
Yeah, they look fairly young.
Yeah, they're fairly young. But the family ended up with too many roosters. So instead of putting them on and selling, they came here. So it's John's the white one and his brothers.
John and his brothers.
Yeah.
Good morning, Barry. What are you doing? You shouldn't be eating the willow tree. Tara's going to be upset if you hurt her willow. Well, I guess it's tasty, isn't it, buddy? All right, so the other 2, Moo and Poppy, Originally, we had thought Moo was the boy because we already have a boy goat named Moo, and just assumed. But never assume, right? So Moo is the little girl, and Poppy is the boy. So when they look like a Rex, what? And you're a continental giant, right? Yes, so Barry's a big boy. Hi, Moo. Hi. Yeah. Oh. What's going on? He says, what are you guys eating here? I want some of that. So there we go. There's the 3 of them. Sorry I missed them in the last, probably 2 videos. I think I just kind of missed them in that. So yeah, they're happy, hanging out outside, enjoying the grass, and of course, chewing on a willow. Oh, Charlie. Right, always right in front of the gate. Why is that, Charlie? Is that your poop spot, buddy? Don't bother Charlie when he's eating. Yeah, see? He agrees. Yeah, so we have open farm on the weekends. So today we've got open farm. So we want to make sure that we get him his feed early because he's not as friendly when he's hungry or hangry. So we want to make sure he's got his good feed on before visitors come because he can be grumpy when he's eating. Well, this is what we get all day. You know, these guys, these boys. Oh, you're going to stop now? Oh, wait, no. Just backing up for a run. You guys are funny. You're silly, aren't you? Not a care in the world, right? Just play. Oh, good job. All right, so Tara's got her new saw. What is that? That is the CC. Is that how you pronounce it?
So, CC?
CC Power Tools. So this
CC.
video is sponsored by CC. They sent this out to us. It has a 21 volt battery. Looks like a proprietary battery, 4,000 milliamp hours, and it runs, I think, peak at 74 watts.
I use all power tools with one hand, so. But this
Yeah,
is
well,
removable.
that's the thing. It's a small enough saw that you can use one hand, but it's there just in case.
It's there to use if you need it.
You can cut up to 6-inch, which is
Right.
the blade length.
That's this tree that needs to disappear.
Well, that's actually like 4 inches.
Well, yeah, but I'm going to cut every branch. You watch. You ready?
Okay, so how long does this thing, will this thing
Fully
last?
charged.
We had another one that Tara had, Sacker, I think it was, and it lasted about 6 cuts.
6 trees about this big.
Yeah.
So this will give it a good test. We can check the battery on this one. You couldn't check the battery on the other one.
Yeah, it's got that little button that you push in.
Okay,
So
ready?
apparently it's self-lubricating, but if the bar gets hot or sticks, you should oil it. So I'm assuming you put oil on it, and then, of course, it self-lubricates, which a lot of chainsaws do. So, all right, go for it. See how she cuts. So we've got a full-size chainsaw, but Tara doesn't like to use that one. And this one's perfect. So for little around the house, around the farm jobs, this one appears to be making quick work of it.
Yes, you should wear safety glasses.
Did,
Don't comment. Tara knows.
I guess Shorty's still out here, is he?
Yeah, he's over there.
Yeah, so I see him
We're going to make a nice pile.
right over there.
Oh, it's smooth. It is nice. It's
Well, it seems to be better than the other one
It's got,
from what I have
got more oomph.
seen.
Oh, and this one seems like a better length as well.
Yeah, the other one's like half. It's like 3-inch blade. So, and it's got a light on it, so You probably don't want to cut in the dark, but I guess if you had to, there's a light on the end of it. The safety instructions say you're not supposed to cut in the rain. So its waterproof rating isn't listed, but it's probably low. All right, there it is.
Well, it's still full though. Look.
The
I need more trees.
All right, here we go. The new stump grinder. So I put this together last weekend. If you watched last weekend's video, you would have, better step out of the line of fire here. You would have seen the time lapse where I installed it. It took a few hours to put together. It was mostly assembled. There you go. Give it some power. She was actually out here during the week. She spent 2.5 hours out here doing stumps. So she should be a pro at it now. Smooth.
What?
Smooth. So once it's down to the ground, you can actually go about 6 inches below the ground to make sure that you get everything. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. We really are only looking for it to be level. We'll fill this in. It doesn't need to be really any further. The main thing is just not having the riding mower run into it. So that just gets raked over. Some nice material for compost. So Tara got a new toy. I think I spoke about this last weekend. This is a freeze dryer. So it is again, this isn't a sponsored video. We bought it. A Harvest Right freeze dryer. So Tara has been doing a lot of dehydrating. And this, I guess, is the next evolution.
Right? I'd like my strawberries to look like strawberries when I'm done.
Yeah, and turning them into a powder. Who's that? That's Coda. Coda. What are you doing?
So apparently it does get hot, but
there's no catnip
Mark
in there.
thinks-
Oh, he's gonna go around back. Yeah.
can I move it now? No.
All right. So apparently, I don't know if you can see in there, but there's bread in there. So it's been drying now for 3 hours, 25 minutes. Did go through a freeze cycle. Apparently you have to dry bread to get that new car smell
Out of it.
I guess
Bread is not what I want to dehydrate.
the volatile organic compounds. So I'm guessing from the bar here, we're looking at another couple hours and this cycle should be done.
Yeah.
We did order extra trays.
Right, and I already have them frozen, ready to go, but we have to get the new car smell out. So I have kiwi, cherry, haskap, and blueberries ready to go.
Yeah, and they're pre-frozen. So
Yeah.
this is our first time with freeze dryers, and apparently it takes less time to freeze dry if you pre-freeze them. So which is why we got extra trays. There's 4 extra ones. They're in the freezer, all pre-frozen. So I guess tonight we'll do that, and I guess it takes about 36 to 40 hours, somewhere in there, to do a full batch.
Yeah.
This is the small version. When she found out how small the trays were, which they're not huge, but they're, yeah, she was like, we should have got the XL.
Don't worry, there's already somebody lined up to buy. Whack!
Yeah. So I said, you've got to learn. Like,
Yeah.
you just don't jump right into it and buy the commercial unit.
We'll learn, we won't break
right?
it, and then we'll sell it.
Yeah. So next weekend, we should have enough information
Yes.
to be able to give you an update
hot.
on this. Have you heard about a freeze dryer? Do you have a freeze
What
dryer?
would you freeze dry?
And what would you freeze dry?
I mean, I'll freeze dry everything, but I mean, I'm up for, like, what's first? What do you put in there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the freeze dryer.
Or tips.
Yeah, tips and tricks. So that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. We didn't end up doing those other 2 stumps out there because Tara's diesel fuel meter was getting a little low. We got to top it up. So anyway, some of you wanted to see what it did, and it works great. As I mentioned, Tara's been out there. She's now a pro at it, and she actually went through that one pretty smoothly. So anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you next time here at the 10 Acre Woods. Take care. Bye.
Bye.